Hello everyone, my name is Miss Marshall and I am one of the 6th grade math teachers at DGS Northfield. This is going to be my 4th year teaching at DGS and my 2nd year teaching 6th grade math. I moved to Denver, Colorado from my hometown of Middleburg, Virginia 4 years ago and started my teaching career at the original Denver Green School. I know that this year is starting off a little weird, but if I know anything about DGS, we're definitely going to have a great time learning 6th grade math and building a strong community even in the virtual setting. With that said, let's go ahead and look at our class structure. Every day our class will start with a whole class Zoom meeting. During this meeting, I'll go over our objective and agenda, but it will also give us a chance to see everyone's faces and build some classroom culture. After that, students will watch the video lesson and take notes independently. During this time, they'll also be asked to solve practice problems that will be directly connected to the skills that were just discussed in the lesson. Once students are finished with their lesson and taking notes, they'll come back to our whole class Zoom, where they'll actually be broken into smaller groups. In these small groups, students will work on their daily problem set, which is a set of 5 word problems, and students get a choice to work independently or use the classmates in their group for support if they need it. Once students have finished and turned in their problem set, they will end class with some independent work time. During this time, students will choose from a list of activities and how they practice the skills that were just learned. All right, let's talk more specifically about some of our classroom structures. Students should start every day by logging on to our Math Google Classroom, where they'll find their daily lesson guide. This lesson guide will have the link to our class Zoom, but will also have all the links for the activities and resources that students will need for their lesson. Speaking of lessons, let's talk about those video lessons. Students will find their video lesson on Google Classroom, but it's uploaded to edpuzzle.com, which is an external program that allows me to ensure that students watch the entire video from start to finish. The other reason I wanted to use Edpuzzle this year is because it will allow students to work at a pace that suits their learning. In the video, I'm able to embed questions that are asked immediately after a skill is discussed and allows me to check for understanding. While students are watching these videos, they'll also be expected to take math notes and write down any practice problems. At the beginning of the year, these lessons will include a lot of direct instruction on when students should write things down and when they can just watch the video. Once students have watched their lesson video and completed taking notes, they'll move on to their problem set. A problem set is a set of 5 problems that students will be expected to complete every day. In these problem sets, there will be 4 word problems. For all 4 word problems, students will be required to write an equation and find a solution. But in addition, for 2 of those problems, students will also be asked to provide an explanation to demonstrate how they got their solution and why they chose the equation that they did. The last question in every problem set will be an error analysis. An error analysis is when students are provided work for a given problem, but something in that work is incorrect. It'll be the student's job to find the error and explain why that doesn't work and provide the correct solution for that problem. After students finish their problem set and press turn in on that Google assignment, they'll move on to their independent work time. I love to give 6th graders a choice in how they practice their math skills, so they'll be given a list of different activities to choose from. These could be online games, but also include our year-long projects like our Standard Mastery program and our Ultimate Math Challenge. Independent work time is also a time where students will have an opportunity to get some math advancement. In addition to 6th grade activities and skills, students will also be able to choose from activities that are more on a 7th grade advanced math level. During remote learning, students will still be taking tests. Every Friday, students will have an opportunity to demonstrate what they've learned that week by completing an assessment that we call a formative. DGS Math is centered around data, which means that we form our instruction directly to what our students and our classes need. We call these formatives because they form what we're going to be teaching and the pace of the following week. During these Friday formatives, it's important that students remember to have integrity. Formatives will be closed notes, meaning students should be working on their own without their notes and without using Google. It's really important for me as their teacher to actually see what students do and do not know on these formatives. I would much rather students get low scores and show me that they need more practice in a particular skill than totally ace something because they were looking it up on Google. While we're learning remotely, DGS wants to make sure that we're respecting students' school-life balance. That means that homework for 6th grade math will not be required. If students would like to get a little more practice, there is an optional homework every night, and this will be done on Prodigy.com. Prodigy is a video game that students need to use math skills to work through different levels. There's a lot of reasons why I wanted to use Prodigy for homework this year, but first and foremost, it's super fun and engaging. It also gives immediate feedback and adapts to students' responses. I'm able to align Prodigy to what we're learning in class to make sure that this homework and additional practice is relevant. All that said, if students fail to complete their problem set during class time, it's important that they recognize that this will be expected to be completed as homework. Students can use me as a resource during study hall if they need more help. Speaking of study hall, let's talk more about that. I'm available to offer students additional support on Mondays and Wednesdays from 2:20 to 3 p.m. During this time, students can just pop into my study hall Zoom meeting and just ask questions as they need support. If a student would like more individualized help, they can do so by going to our classroom website and signing up for an appointment. Finally, I want to tell you about a resource that I'm really excited about for parents and students. This summer, I took some time to design a classroom website. It's mathwmarshall.weebly.com. On this website, students can find links to our lesson videos in case they're ever absent, as well as a sign up for individual math support. Students can also find resources for our standard mastery program and the ultimate math challenge, which they're going to learn about in class next week. There's also a space for us to celebrate our students of the week and keep it recorded on the classroom website. On the parent side, you'll find unit descriptions that lets you know what we're currently working on, as well as our class newsletter and additional practice. If you would like your 6th grade student to get some more math practice, I've provided not only some other online resources that they can do, but also some printable practice like worksheets and other various activities that you can print out and give to your student. I know I just threw a lot of information at you, and on top of that, you're also currently learning about all your other online classes. So if you have any questions or need clarification on anything that I explained in this video, please feel free to email me at ashton_marshall@denvergreenschool.org. I love staying in touch with my parents and students, and email is the best way to reach me. I'm so excited to get this year started and to get to know each and every one of you. I know that we're going to have so much fun learning 6th grade math together.